Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. The Arkansas State Medical Board has announced that an emergency order of suspension has now been issued for Dr. James Merlin Hawk's medical license regarding prescriptions of pain medications. The board alleges that Hawk prescribed excessive amounts of controlled substances and that he prescribed such substances to patients that he knew was using them for non-therapeutic purposes or for other than legitimate purposes. The board filing also said a hearing is scheduled for 2:30 p.m. Thursday, August 2nd, before the board in Little Rock to determine if Hawk's license should be revoked or suspended or whether other sanctions should be given as punishment pursuant to the authority granted the board under law. Newton County Sheriff Keith Slape has won a close runoff election for state representative from District 83. Slape defeated Donald Ragland by just 44 votes on Tuesday in the 2018 preferential primary runoff election. The results mean that Slape will take over in January since there is no opposition in the general election for November. Slape and Ragland were seeking the seat previously held by Representative David Branscombe, who resigned in late 2017 to take a post with the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Rural Development Office in Little Rock. District 83 covers most of Newton and Searcy counties as well as parts of Boone and Carroll counties. Also, as a part of yesterday's runoff election, there's a new sheriff in town. Glenn Wheeler has won his bid for the Newton County Sheriff's position. Wheeler came out on top of Mike Henderson with a final count of 1,012 for Wheeler to Mike Henderson's 698 votes. A call reporting a man chasing a woman at a bull show's location, brandishing a firearm while threatening to shoot, followed by gunfire, has led to an arrest. According to the probable cause affidavit, it was filed this morning. Officers from the Marion County Sheriff's Office and the Flippin Police Department responded to the call in the early morning hours last Thursday. They found 42-year-old Daniel Elliott of Flippin in a tent. Elliott had active misdemeanor warrants from both Marion County and the Flippin Police Department. He was also found to be in active supervision with the Department of Community Corrections Probation Division with an active search waiver on file. Elliott was arrested and has been charged with 3 felony counts of possession of drug paraphernalia. Well, the Elville Summit School District is now accepting applications for a new position there. At its recent meeting, the school board authorized Superintendent Wes Henderson to design the position for a digital learning teacher. Henderson says the curriculum was recently approved by the Arkansas Legislative Branch. Henderson adds that the digital training curriculum is being offered not only to current students but also homeschool students living in the school district. Henderson says the potential digital training teacher would need to have the normal certification to serve as an instructor, but extra training and curriculum would be a plus. Henderson says the Elville Summit School District will spend the next couple of weeks reviewing applications, and they will hope to have someone hired at the school board's regular meeting in the month of July. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like's on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be. But you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years, and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. It's heating up earlier than usual this year, and I want to remind you to stay hydrated. Of course, drinking water is super important for hydration, but we also stock coconut water, electrolyte drink mixes, and even some supplements that may help. At Nature's Wonders, we understand that busy, active lifestyles demand quality products that are quick and convenient to help us feel our best. Come see us for your active lifestyle needs and find out how affordable healthy living can be. Nature's Wonders, next to Thompson's Ace Hardware in Harrison.
Members of the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Regulatory Commission used different scoring guidelines when ranking cannabis growing license applications earlier this year, causing inconspicuous differences in the list by grading. The analysis was found that 3 commissioners turned in score sheets showing the grader what the top possible score was for each category. One commissioner used a scoring guide listing a range of possible grades for each category. All the while, the chairperson used a guide without any numbers assigned to each qualification level. Democratic Representative Scott Bout says the process should be scrapped and restarted. The discretionary proceedings is considered the latest in a series of irregularities in the licensing process uncovered by the unsuccessful applicants, lawmakers, and the media. Arkansas legalized medical marijuana back in 2016, but it remains unavailable at the state level. An Arkansas couple has pled not guilty to trying to arrange to have a circuit judge killed. 36-year-old Doris Jenkins and her fiancé, 21-year-old Adam Taylor, pled not guilty Monday in Benton County Circuit Court to solicitation to commit murder. Court documents say Jenkins was in the Benton County Jail back in May when she asked another inmate if she knew of someone who would kill Judge Brad Caron. The inmate notified authorities and later introduced Jenkins and Reed to an undercover detective. Jenkins and Taylor were arrested on June the 4th after allegedly offering the detective a computer tablet, a sound bar, and an original photo of actress Marilyn Monroe in exchange for killing the judge. An affidavit says Jenkins claimed the judge had been unfairly having members of her family arrested since back in 1997. And police have arrested a Northwest Arkansas woman accused of abusing 2 children at a daycare center. Corrine Lang surrendered to the Bentonville police on June 13th. She was arrested on 2 counts of third-degree assault. Police say that a child told her mother on June 5th that the children's hour daycare teacher held her against her will until she couldn't breathe for talking during nap time. Police say that the security footage shows that Lang was holding the child for some 40 seconds. The girl also accused the 59-year-old of pinning another child for not listening to her. Lang says she placed children against the wall because they were disruptive, but denies cutting off their airways. A daycare supervisor says Lang will be on administrative leave pending an investigation. Arkansas's Attorney General Leslie Rutledge says there is no penalty for carrying a concealed handgun without a concealed carry license. Rutledge made the statement last week in response to a request for a formal opinion from State Senator Linda Collins Smith of Pocahontas, filed in late January of this year. However, Rutledge goes on to say it is incredibly important for Arkansans to have a complete and accurate picture regarding the potential consequences of carrying a concealed handgun without a concealed carry license. She says, given the current state of the law, carrying a concealed handgun without a concealed carry license could expose a citizen to conviction for the offense of carrying a weapon. State Senator Patsy Collins Smith says the permit process is simply a way for Arkansas State Police to make more money. In the fiscal year ending June the 30th of 2017, the concealed carry permit program generated $2.8 million. The Arkansas Senate has voted to overhaul its ethics and conflict of interest rules in response to corruption probes that have led to a series of convictions and guilty pleas by ex-lawmakers. The Senate has approved by a voice vote to change to its rules, which include the creation of an 8-member committee that will handle complaints against senators by fellow senators. The proposal also requires senators to file more detailed statements of financial interest than is currently required by state law. The rules also require a disclosure statement be read aloud if a senator is participating or voting on an issue in which they have a financial interest. Before we take a look at the weather forecast, which we hope will continue to be a wet one, here's the way the stock market ended today. Low pressure system has slid down to the Gulf of Mexico, allowing some moisture and a cold front, if you will, to move into the Central Plains, and that's what sparked a lot of the showers and thunderstorms that we saw this afternoon and through the early evening hours. We hope it will continue. Rainfall amounts have varied over the area, some heavy at times, other just sporadic and just a few sprinkles. So generalized rainfall is probably not in the picture, but actually some places will get some sustained rainfall over the next 24 to 48 hours, and hopefully it'll come back again this weekend if nothing changes. Here's the way it looks as we move on through the work week and into the weekend. Tomorrow, most of that system will be out by midday, according to the National Weather Service. Thunderstorms will continue to hang around a little in the morning hours, only about 40% chance of rain, and clearing by afternoon. 85, so cooler tomorrow afternoon. 82 degrees was actually the afternoon high today. On Friday, partly cloudy skies, no rain in the forecast, 85 degrees. And then Saturday, we bring thunderstorms back in the forecast, a real good chance on Saturday, 82 degrees, 80% chance, even a better chance on Sunday, at least through half of the day, 84 degrees and about 90% chance of rainfall. Everything clears out of the area as we kick off the work week on Monday, and the temperatures will go up about 90 degrees under partly cloudy skies on the first day of a new work week. Stay with us, be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Legendary former St. Louis Cardinal manager will return to the area this weekend for a special event. North Arkansas Youth Center will welcome Baseball Hall of Famer Whitey Herzog and his wife, Mary Lou, to the Twin Lakes Baptist Church Hope Center on Saturday evening at 5 p.m. The Youth Center is in downtown Cotter and was a recent recipient of a gift from Herzog's. Herzog was inducted into the Hall of Fame back in 2010. He guided the Cardinals to several National League pennants and the 1982 World Series championship. Various items will be auctioned, including a signed painting of Herzog created by Dwayne Hayda. Proceeds will go to fund the North Arkansas Youth Center Scholarship Program in Herzog's honor to a local high school student. Matt Carpenter had a bunch of fastballs that was coming, and when the pitch arrived, he delivered a hit to a tie-breaking solo homer with 2 outs in the ninth, helping the St. Louis Cardinals edge the Philadelphia Phillies 7-6 on Tuesday night. Carpenter also had a tying 2-run double in St. Louis's 4-run 7th inning. Tommy Pham homered and singled for the Cardinals, and Colton Wong also went deep for the Cards. Cleveland Indians pitcher Trevor Bauer is suing a Louisiana-based trainer for unauthorized use of his likeness and image through a post on his website and biochemical breakdowns on YouTube, and multiple mentions in a program that pledges significant gains in pitching velocity. The suit accuses Brent Porcom, who owns and runs a training academy, Top Velocity, of violating state and federal laws that intend to protect individuals' rights of publicity. And the Cleveland Browns have signed offensive lineman Greg Robinson, who was a 2014 first-round draft pick for the Rams. The 6'5", 330-pound Robinson was the number 2 overall pick. That year out of Auburn University, Robinson failed to live up to expectations with Los Angeles and was traded to Detroit before last season for a 6th-round start, 6 games before the Lions started their season and before suffering a season-ending ankle injury. He's getting another chance with the Browns, who are looking to replace 10-time Pro Bowl tackle Joe Thomas and need to add depth up front on the line. And former NFL player and professional wrestler Leon White has died at the age of 63. White, who wrestled under variations of names like Big Van Vader for promotions around the world for 3 decades, dealt with myriad health issues in recent years, including announcing on Twitter back in 2016 that he was diagnosed with congestive heart failure and that doctors had informed him he only had about 2 years to live. White, whose son revealed that the former world champion had been battling a severe case of pneumonia over the last month, which ultimately led to his death. Prior to his wrestling career, White played college football at the University of Colorado and was drafted in the 3rd round of the 1978 NFL draft by the Los Angeles Rams. During his brief NFL career, White played offensive line and was a member of the 1979 team that lost to the Steelers in Super Bowl 14. And that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around the viewing area.